maybe now we can have some questions from the bloggers, and I introduce the first one is Eva Michielin. She is the CEO of the Blue Economy Design Lab, casually here in Berlin. So, Eva, to you the floor.
Hello, thank you very much. Hello, gentlemen in Milano. Oh, no, you're in Berlin as well. Sorry, I thought you were calling from Milano because I heard so much Italian language. So, my first question is probably for Aldo. Aldo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a question related to this design as an overall topic. In the Blue Economy Design Lab, when we talk about design, this is not only the look and feel of the product, it's very often when we discuss design, the technical solution or even the business model that we would design. So let me make an example. When it comes to a dishwasher or a washing machine, we would use techniques that mimic nature. So for example, the washing machine, we would use vortex technology that mimics the washing process of nature, therefore saves a lot of detergent and therefore money. So when we talk design, it's also designing the technical solution, designing the business model and the product, the look and feel. So my question is, do you sense that this systemic, integrated approach of design is getting more popular as an approach?
You know, my point of view, we were speaking before also about sustainability, but to me it's always a reasonable, an approach of a reasonable person. I mean, I want to understand how we can have a better level of a higher quality of life without damaging the environment, but it's all a problem of behavior at the beginning to me. It's all a problem of the education of how we should be, and then technology is providing the best in all senses. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Eva, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have a question for Mr. Aubertin, and he has to go to another meeting?
Well, if he's busy, he has to run. I won't hold him up. Well, but my question would be how InHire is interested in using nature's processes to make their products more profitable. So is your view that it is possible to mimic, as I said, nature's processes like the vortex technology for washing machines and dishwashers to get costs down and to be more sustainable by being more profitable? Is that something you think about?
You know, for me, there's no conflict between sustainability and profit, because sustainability is something that we need to do, first of all, for the market, and second, because we want to be a company, a worldwide company. So there's no question about sustainability. So we need to do this because the company has to respect the world environment, the company has to respect the customer, and the company has to be, how can we say, a citizen and a very positive company. So profit is a consequence of this. If we do our job, if we manage our business, of course profit will be here. But there's no conflict for me between sustainability and profit, not at all.
No, same here. I agree, 100% agree. I even think that sensible solutions that mimic nature can bring an enormous cost effect and raise the profit of companies. So that's what Blue Economy is about, is to mimic nature and to bring products on the market that are more sustainable and more profitable. So that's really what I think is Blue Economy compared to the green economy we had before, which had always the problem of not being really, profitable. Very often it was too expensive to be sustainable. That's no longer the case today. So I think that's a great way forward.
Is there a question from Kate? Are you there?
I have a proposal really. I see Hire as well positioned to be driving innovation in shared appliances because of your market share and market positioning in places like China, where, as you say, or as was mentioned before, there are hundreds of new apartment blocks, 40 floors high. At the Victorian Eco Innovation Lab, we're interested in redesign of products like appliances for sharing, so that not every household has to have a washing machine or a tumble dryer. So occasionally used products would really become a lot more sustainable, in our opinion, if they were able to be shared. Unfortunately, as we know, current models of sharing, like laundromats, they're not appealing. They're not beautiful. They don't feel like they're personal. They don't feel like they're clean. We really think that the capacity to share really good design appliances is a really strong way forward for reducing footprint, and the accompanying servicing of that. I'm sure you're aware in Europe, which is something we don't have much of here, where Xerox or air conditioning companies sell the service of the cooling of the house rather than the appliance. The appliance is part of that system. I was wondering about your thoughts on that, sir.
Oh, in Europe the situation is completely different, because in Europe you have a mature market, and in Europe we are able to speak to a lot of different consumers. It's not China, Asia is totally different, because they are in what we call the first equipment. So for the first equipment, of course, we need to develop a good product, but we need to develop what we call the first product, which is totally different than what we do in Europe, where we have a mature market. So with the mature market, we are able to propose a lot of range, which means that we have, of course, the first equipment, but we have what we call the second equipment step-up model. So the range is totally different, and today in Europe, it's more easy to develop innovative product, it's more easy to develop sustainable product, because the range is bigger than it can be in some countries, like emergent countries. That's why we do it.
Okay. And do you, just quickly, I know you have to go, but the other thing that we think is very sustainable is design for disassembly and reuse of components. Is that a big part of Haya's policy?
Of course we need. Of course we need, but it's a long one, because this come back for R&D. So this is a program that we need to build, and it's a long way. So even if we say, for instance, last year that we need to organize this, to reduce components and to manage different platforms for the product, it takes 2 or 3 years to develop. So it's very long. It's different if we want to change something on the product, even specification and design. But what you say, of course, we are ready to do it. We begin to do it, but it's a long way.
Okay. And very quickly, are you still doing the U-Home project? Is that still being developed?
Sorry, I don't understand.
The Haya U-Home project, it was the connected house with the entertainment system and everything.
Yes,
is that still being developed?
It's existing today. It's existing today. We show it in we show it in some exhibition, and we plan to develop probably for 2012, 2013. Yes, we will do. Yes, definitively.
I look forward to seeing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kate.
Kate, do you have a question for Mr. Cibic?
Yes, I'd be interested in Mr. Cibic's comments on my previous questions, particularly around sharing for a lower footprint around appliances. If he has anything that he'd like to say.
I was thinking about, because I didn't understand if we were focusing more in the European or Chinese market. I'm interested in the concept you are saying about sharing, because if you think of the what will be more and more increasing model of co-housing, of course, is going to incorporate a common laundry and a common kitchen. So I'm thinking to have more little appliances in the house and a bigger, nice, common situation for laundry and kitchen. And it's very interesting, in my opinion, also what you are saying about when you're thinking of those 40-floor high building in Chinese cities, where again is interesting how to build a new way of having the common laundry, because in China you pass from very rich situation to situation in which you see the laundry in the street. So I think that is very appealing for me to work on new formulas of that type. And anyway, sharing has to be the future.
Yeah. That's true. Thank you. I haven't been to China and I hadn't thought about the different demographics, but it's very generalized to say everyone will share and it will all look the same. So thank you.
I think it has been a very interesting roundtable. Thank you to Aldo and thank to Hire for having hosted this roundtable. I think we have learned a few things on how we should look at how consumers are behaving in order to design better products and in order for companies like Hire to be successful. I'm glad to know that a giant like Hire is moving into this direction. It's a good news for everybody, I think. And so we look forward to see how this will, which product this will brought to the market. Thank you and see you later.